We are your local election headquarters, and this evening we're highlighting a local race whose winner will represent our area in Washington.
Yeah, Nicole Christine, she sat down with three candidates vying for the 8th Congressional District and has their take on some big issues that's bringing voters to the polls.
Energy. It's a topic all three candidates for Indiana's 8th Congressional District are concerned with addressing in Washington, especially as it relates to the country's current economy.
I'm not an advocate for manipulating commodity prices, the same as I'm not an advocate for manipulating oil prices. The world oil price reflects demand. Oil is going to go back down to where it was, and we're going to move and transition to renewable energy. So that's where we can each make an individual impact on our own lives by making choices which lower the cost of living for each of us.
I'm an all-the-above energy person. I believe in renewables, nuclear, and fossil, and I think we need them all, and we need to continue to advance that. I think we need to get back to allowing our energy producers to do what they do best, with also making advancements in decreasing carbon emissions and expanding renewables at a pace that I think works for our economy.
Coal manufacturers and people who make solar panels and people who make wind farms and people who profit from all of these things, you can see where the money comes from. It goes directly into political campaigns, and the policies come out of that. That's not the way any of this is supposed to work. It's supposed to be that inventors invent, marketers market, doctors doctor. Let people do what they do best and keep politicians as much as possible out of it.
Democratic candidate Ray McCormick, a fourth-generation farmer from Vincennes, says one of his main platforms is conservation.
If we don't take care of the land, we're not going to be able to feed ourselves or feed the world. So not only taking care of the land, but taking care of the planet. Well, I try to be a good example. I'm 100% never till the ground, 100% cover crops. We put them on with our combine, but I also drive an electric pickup. My wife drives an electric car, and we charge them off of our solar panels.
Incumbent Representative and Republican candidate Larry Bucshon pointed to his support of agriculture and the manufacturing industry as key parts of his legislative efforts.
And we have a lot of manufacturing across our state, but also in the district. You know, and I look for tax policies and regulatory policies to support that make sure that our manufacturers can keep in business and also employ people, you know, and keep people employed in high-wage jobs that keep them and their families in good financial shapes.
Libertarian candidate Andrew Horning, a author and member of the healthcare industry, points to several aspects of the country's current structure as reasons why he wanted to run on a platform more aligned with the foundation of the country.
So we have a structural problem with what money actually is in this country. If we did the Constitution, then Congress would be in charge of the Treasury. The Treasury would actually issue our currency, and that's not the way it works at all right now. Now, the other parts of corruption, where we have allowed too much power for politicians to determine winners and losers. As we saw, they can determine who is an important person in our economy and who simply can be shut down, whose businesses can be shuttered. That's way too much power.
When it comes to social issues such as abortion, the three candidates have a wide range of opinions.
Certainly what's happened in Indiana and what is tempting to happen across the country is a threat to women's rights and their health care, and it's a threat to physicians in our state.
I was happy when Roe v. Wade was overturned because I do think it's a state issue. I think it was wrongly decided for the federal government to get involved and allow the local elected politicians and state politicians who are held accountable to their voters to make those decisions.
I feel for those who want to ban abortion. I really do. And I wish there was some way that abortion, you know, was the problem, but it isn't. Unwanted pregnancies is the problem. And we're not really doing much about that. We're not doing much about the problem with, you know, making it easier to adopt children. There are a lot of churches and other organizations that offer ultrasound and alternatives to abortion. That's the kind of stuff that I think needs to happen.
Regardless of the issue, all three men say they are prepared to represent the people of West Central Indiana in Congress.
So when it comes to these different issues, whether it's the infrastructure bill or other bills that are going to come up, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to do what's best for the people.
And I still think I'm being effective, and I still enjoy representing the people of the 8th District. It's an honor and a privilege. And I enjoy getting out every day and talking to people and meeting with businesses in my district.
If nothing else, we need a marriage counselor between the Democrats and Republicans. And just imagine the effect of having even just one libertarian cracking that stone wall of the two-party system that our founders warned us about.
Horning, Bouchon, and McCormick face off on November 8th. Reporting in the 8th District, I'm Nicole Christine.